Text appears on the screen. What does poverty look like? Then a montage of low-income Americans, people with disabilities, children, minorities.
In my community, poverty is a continuous spiral of unemployment, poorly run schools, single-parent homes.
Millions of families all across this country without adequate food, without adequate housing.
Poverty looks like people with disabilities.
It's people who look for opportunity, want opportunity, and have constantly faced a denial of those opportunities.
NCLEJ's vision is the elimination of poverty in this country, treatment of every individual and family with dignity and respect, and maximum opportunity to realize their full potential.
Text appears, National Center for Law and Economic Justice.
In our early days, there was tremendous excitement at the kind of success we were able to have in the courts on a whole variety of issues. One of the earliest cases we brought was Goldberg against Kelly.
It resulted in far greater numbers of people who needed public assistance getting it.
Goldberg against Kelly established the right of each person to be valued and treated as an individual, that they had to be listened to, that they could make a claim upon government, that they were not just another statistic.
Text appears with accompanying images. Who we fight for. Low-income individuals and families. People with disabilities. People facing discrimination. Text appears. We bring litigation.
Without litigation, nothing moves.
One of the problems we have seen growing has been greater and greater delays in processing vital benefits like food stamps and Medicaid. People in Maryland came to us and told us that they were having severe problems there, and we agreed to work with them to file a major lawsuit.
We and our colleagues clearly persuaded the judge that that department was completely out of control and secured wide-reaching relief.
We make sure those laws do serve the beneficial purposes that are intended, and it's litigation that makes that possible.
Text appears. We undertake policy advocacy.
A lot of the work that we do in the disability area is policy advocacy. We approach government agencies and we offer to work with them to improve policies and to fix problems. And that's been tremendously successful.
Text appears. We fight for justice, opportunity, fairness.
We can't do our work by ourselves.
They are constantly in touch with other legal advocates. They're in touch with grassroots groups around the country.
Another very important part of our collaboration is collaboration with private law firms. They magnify our effort and ability to do work. And we are deeply indebted to any number of law firms over the years who've lent their staff, their support, and indeed financial support to the center.
Text appears, and the need continues.
Poverty is no longer an issue of interest to so many people in this country. Poor people seem to have disappeared.
The face of poverty is changing and including more people.
A graph appears on the screen, showing the rise in food stamp usage from approximately 25 million people in 2007 to almost 40 million people in 2010.
As everybody knows, the economy is in a crisis, and the people who feel the crisis in the most immediate and detrimental fashion are the people whom the center represents.
Text appears with accompanying images. There's a sick father in Denver whose condition worsens as he waits for his Medicaid application to be processed. There's a mother in Indianapolis missing work to fight in court for child support. There is a foster child in Brooklyn losing benefits by turning 1 year older.
There should always be a safety net system for people, whether you call it welfare, economic security, whether you call it emergency benefits, whatever you call it, it should exist.
There will be a major expansion of the Medicaid program as the result of the recent health reform. And our 45 years of experience teaches us that there will be many problems in the implementation of that program, and that we will need to be engaged to assure that it is implemented to the benefit of the people it was intended to benefit. We know what's behind the statistical reports that we get of how many more people are getting the benefits and how many more people are getting them timely. And that's what's truly gratifying about this work. It is making a difference in the lives of so many people who don't even know that we're there to help.
The screen fades to white. NCLEJ's logo appears. The voices you've heard in order of appearance are Anita Graham, Board Member, National Center for Law and Economic Justice; Henry A. Friedman, Executive Director, National Center for Law and Economic Justice; Paul M. Dodick, Chair, Board of Directors, National Center for Law and Economic Justice; Carrie Lachine, Senior Attorney, National Center for Law and Economic Justice; Cesar A. Perales, President and General Counsel, Latino Justice, PearlDeaf.